We'll jump into bold predictions. We did this last week. I had a blast with it. And I mean, look at everybody, 2 weeks ago, and I had a blast with it. And everybody called these too bold. And then half of them came true, or at least very close to true. And, I'm going to tip my hand in this one this week too. And for those of you who are looking at the DraftKings Sportsbook app and saying, man, where do I get crazy real fast? This is some good ones here to just take some big shots on moving forward. I got 3 for you. I'll read them all off, and then I'll get your thoughts on all 3 of these. We'll start with a banger here, and a simple banger. Simple. Oh yeah, that's crazy, but not the direction that everybody thought it was going to go. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to throw the football like they haven't thrown the football all season. I think everybody can guess that one. That's not a bold prediction. Russell Wilson, the Giants are a terrible football team. Their defense is atrocious, and it's banged up, and the secondary's hurt. They just lost another cornerback this past weekend. I mean, Thibodeau's on IR. It's just not looking good. It's really not looking good for the New York Giants. And you could say this is a sleeper game. It might be. I've had that thought all week long. But it could be the other way around, and this could be an absolute blowout, and the Pittsburgh Steelers looking way too good for back-to-back games, and they're home. And this is what happens. The Steelers always play best during their second back-to-back home game. It's very rare, and I know everybody's going to toss out the New England Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals a couple of years ago. That's such a rare occurrence with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm saying they're going to pass the football like they haven't passed the football all year long. And who's going to benefit most from that? Well, it's not going to be George Pickens. It's going to be 19, the man, the myth, the guy we've been talking about with the connection to Russell Wilson since the beginning of the summer, and that is Mr. Calvin Austin himself. My bold prediction is that Calvin Austin leads the Pittsburgh Steelers in receiving yards in this one for a second game this season, goes over 100, and sets a new career high for himself against the Giants in week 8. I got Calvin Austin just taking over. And it just feels like a Calvin Austin game. George Pickens is going to get attention. The Giants are going to be overdoing their coverage, overprotective of their coverage to George Pickens to make sure he does not do to them what he did to the Jets. And Calvin Austin's just going to be sitting there going, I'm open. You can throw me the football now. And you guess what? The quarterback is going to be able to throw him the football in a timely manner. I'm saying Calvin Austin goes off in this one, leads the Pittsburgh Steelers, and sets a new career high for himself in week 8 against the Giants. But we're not there. And that, if we're going to be very honest, that is my least crazy bold prediction of this 3. My next one, we're sticking on the offensive side of the football. We're going on the ground, though. This is different. Najee Harris is back-to-back 100-yard games. Cordell Patterson might be back on Monday night against the Giants after spending some weeks on IR with an ankle injury. Jaylen Warren back, ready to go, making noise, running the football well, pass protecting well, catching the football out of the backfield. But you want to know who's going to break off and have at least one big run in this one and finish the game with over 50 rushing yards against the New York Giants? That is going to be number 2 himself and QB2 himself.
Oh, okay.
Justin Fields. I'm saying Justin Fields finishes this game, week 8 against the Giants, with over 50 rushing yards. That could come on 1, that could come on 2, that could come on 5. I have no idea. But this is the week that the Pittsburgh Steelers go, yeah, we got Justin Fields. And remember when we said we were still going to use him? We are. We're still going to use them. This is an opportunity for them to test it out against a bad defense and see if it works. And I think it's gonna. Justin Fields goes over 50 yards. I'm feeling real good about that one, actually. Real good. It's not my boldest, though. It's not my boldest of the bold predictions. You want to know what is? We're going to the defensive side of the ball. There's this chill in the air. The leaves are hitting the ground, and football is every single weekend. And that, my friends, is what fall is all about. You can make each weekend even more exciting by getting into the action with our partners, DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. And right now, all new customers who bet $5 instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up using my promo code, AllSteelers, and guess what? The crown is yours. That's $200 in bonus bets instantly. You could stay in on the action and use that $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings, because DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You could still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers who use my promo code ALLSTEELERS and bet just $5 on any wager get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ALLSTEELERS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And I'm excited to see your reaction on this one. We played this guy down for way too long. And we talked about how, he's an undrafted rookie. He's not really playing that well. Then he comes up with a great game. And him alongside Van Jefferson make me probably ruin my wife's birthday by shaving a mustache tomorrow. Most likely, depending on if she's really going to kill me or not. Either way, it'll be there on Monday. This week, it continues. I'm saying Beanie Bishop goes back-to-back weeks with an interception, and I'll add to it. If there are more than one person, if there is more than one person on the Pittsburgh Steelers who comes up with an interception this week, Beanie Bishop gets 2 and leads the team once again. You want to know why? Because Daniel Jones is not that good, and he's tough. He's a tough son of a bitch, but he is not that good, and he is going to make mistakes, but he's not going to go throw it to Joey Porter Jr. He's got nobody on the other side of Malik Neighbors that he's looking to throw to. So he's going to look at the slot. And who's in the slot? Darius Slayton. And guess who's going to be covering him? Beanie Bishop. He's going to say, that's an undrafted rookie. I'm throwing it right there, pal. And Beanie Bishop's going to come up with 1. Maybe he's going to come up with 2. But this is another week of Beanie Bishop. I'm going Calvin Austin leads this team in receiving yards and sets a career high. Justin Fields 50 plus rushing yards in this one. And Beanie Bishop leads the team in interceptions. Whether that's 1, whether that's 2, we'll find out. But he leads the team in interceptions once again in week 8. Those are my 3 bold predictions. And to be honest, the last time we did this, I was a little skeptical about myself. This time, much less skeptical. I'm feeling good about him. I'll ask you, how bold?
I'm glad you're feeling confident, especially in that second one, because I understand. I mean, Justin Fields has played in 6 games this year? 3 of those 6 games, he's gone over 50 yards, but he was also QB1 in all 6 of those games. So if he goes over 50, I think it's going to have to be based on a breakout run where he goes 30, 35 yards, maybe more. So I think that one is very, very bold. I will say that, if we're labeling the most bold to least, I think it's more likely, and we're going to get to that segment in a minute. I think it's more likely that Beanie Bishop goes out there and throws up 2 interceptions for a second consecutive week than we see Justin Fields get over 50 rushing yards. That's what I feel about that one. Yeah. And as far as Calvin Austin, I will say we're going to have one less what's more likely, because that was part of one of the what's more likelies. It was, will Calvin Austin have another 100-yard game this season, or will Roman Wilson have 2 50-yard games? So the news of the day and your bold prediction has taken out one of my what's more likelies.
I'll answer that. What's more likely at 50 yard? We're talking the rest of the season, 2 50-yard games the rest of the season. I mean, Calvin Austin is the easy answer there. And I'll even juice that up. I think Calvin Austin has 2. I think Calvin Austin finishes the season with more 100-yard games than Roman Wilson does 50-yard games. I could probably say I think Calvin Austin finishes the season with more 100-yard games than Roman Wilson does 30-yard games. That's where Roman Wilson is. And it's not, I like Roman. I've been a big Roman supporter this entire time. I'm very much so rooting for the kid. He just doesn't seem to be in the plans right now, and those plans seem to be slipping. So I'll go Calvin on that one. I'm telling you. Wait till you'll be the first person. You'll be the first person that gets the text on Monday night when Justin rips off a 48-yard run and then lines back up and gets 3 more yards. And I go, there it is. 51, pal. 51. I'm feeling good about all 3 of them.